So I thought I'd just give you a bit of an update on what happened from my last video when I was quite unwell. So I had my COVID test and that came back negative, but the problem was no doctor would see me until I had my test results. So 4 days later I was still very, very unwell and basically just one big pile of green disgustingness that seemed to be coming out of my face all of the time, which was not very pleasant at all. Even when I got the negative test, the doctor still wouldn't see me, and I basically had to beg them to give me some antibiotics because I knew that that was what I needed. I know my body well enough, and basically I needed the antibiotics 4 days previous, but they wouldn't give it to me. So I did end up managing to get some antibiotics, and that was for a week's course. But at the end of the week, and I think because I had gone without antibiotics from the beginning and there was such a delay in being able to get them into my system, what I had, which turned out to be laryngitis, had moved down to my chest. So after probably, I think it was a week, maybe a little bit more, of still being sick, the doctor finally started taking some notice of me, and then I ended up having to have a chest x-ray to see if I had pneumonia. So that was all very much a huge ordeal, which I was not impressed about as well, and I was very, very disappointed with the doctors and just the system of getting regular, normal, basic health care, even though there is this COVID crisis going on, which I do understand that that is an issue. But when it's something as simple as you've got laryngitis and you need antibiotics to be able to get better from that, and then having to wait for days, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse while you're waiting for any form of treatment, I think it's just not good enough. And for somebody like me, and I know that there is lots of people out there with compromised immune systems, it's just bad. It's just setting us up for other issues, really. And yeah, it's poor. Very, very poor. I was not impressed, but luckily I did manage to get through it. It did take a full 14 days for me to really start feeling better and thinking, yep, I'm okay. But still, 14 days is way too long when all of this could have been fixed in about 5 days if I just got the treatment that I needed at the beginning. Hello and welcome to another episode of Brooklyn's World. In this episode I wanted to speak about lupus, chronic illness and exercise. Now for me, exercise isn't about losing weight, it isn't even about getting fit. It's all to do with pain management. I've found that by going for a walk every day, or just about every day, I'm able to control some of the pain that I get from fibromyalgia. Now for me this is just wonderful because it means that I don't need to rely on really heavy painkillers, and I kind of figure that if I can get away from having to be dosed up on strong painkillers all the time and just a simple little walk will pretty much have the same effect, then I think I'm better going for a walk. I just wanted to make a little disclaimer about this video. Now this video is all about me and about what works for me. I do realise that everybody is different and that this video may not be relevant to everybody else's pain management needs or their general care needs. I vary up the types of walks that I do every day. I've got a whole lot of different routes that I take. Some are long, some are short. I don't really have a set pattern. I just do what I feel like on the day or what I can handle on the day. So there's no really special thing to it at all. I go on different routes and look through different types of scenery because I don't like getting bored, and I can get bored pretty quickly from any form of exercise, which is pretty much why I don't do things like yoga, because I'm bored in about 5 seconds, or those types of things. Let's go on a little walk through a nature reserve together. Ah, nature. With all of the walking that I do, I can get to about 10,000 steps just in one walk, or between 8 and 10 kilometers. Now, it wasn't always like that. When I did start this little experiment, I guess it was, at the start, I literally could walk to the end of my street and back again, and I felt like I was dying because it just felt, even that was just too far. But I kept pursuing it, I kept challenging myself, and I would go from walking to the end of the street, and then maybe a few weeks after that I would try walking around the block. And then once I was able to walk around the block without too much difficulty, then I would walk around a bigger block. And then it sort of just carried on from there, and I just managed to build myself up to be able to get further and further. Now, all of that has taken about 7 years to get to that, because I did do it very, very slowly, and the results just seem, for me, to speak for themselves. I do feel better. I do want to go for my walks most days, and I do know that I do get some benefit from it. I found that I can get a little bit of extra movement in my ankles and my hips if they're playing up, just by simply going to a playground, such as the one that I am here right now around the corner from my house, and jumping on a swing. Let's see what I can do. Let me see if I've still got it. Sometimes I go a little crazy on my walks because, as I've said before, I get bored. So let's take a look at some of the things that I get up to.
I'm good. Let's Pama walk. Woohoo! Let's go. Oh.
Pama walk around the lake. You can do lots of things around the lake. And I also just wanted to say a big thank you to my lovely friend / camera woman who helped me to make some parts of this video, who without her I wouldn't have been able to do them. So thank you.